The MF series from Magnaflow should appeal to the 6.2-liter Raptor owners out there who are looking for a quality system to add a little bit more volume along with a deep tone for just south of $900. Now the Magnaflow is going to deliver a full stainless steel build here in conjunction with this black ceramic coating, which will make for a pretty unique look while dumping in the factory location. Your install will get a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter from me, as there is no cutting or permanent modification needed, but we will have some more on that later in the video. But what do you say we start with the sound first here? And as you guys heard with our sound clips, the Magnaflow is going to be a great system for the Raptor owners out there who are looking for just a little bit more volume over the factory system and without rattling all of the windows in your neighborhood or setting off every car alarm on your street. It's a deep tone, there's no real rasp to speak of here, guys, and your interior noise is going to be minimal at best. So, breaking out my tried and true Wake the Neighbor scale, I have the MF series coming in at a rather strong 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. I would definitely categorize this thing as a perfect system for the daily drivers out there, as it certainly isn't going to drive you crazy over time or on those long road trips. Now, producing that deep and rather smooth tone overall will be the Magnaflow MF series muffler, which is one of the company's most popular designs and, in my opinion, will be the star of this particular system. Now, this muffler does feature a straight through design here, which will help increase your exhaust flow, of course, and does feature an internal perforated tube design, which is then wrapped in a stainless steel mesh material, and then the entire muffler is kind of stuffed with this acoustic fiber or fill, which is going to round out that tone and help give you that deep and aggressive tone. But as far as the rest of the system is concerned, nothing but quality stuff here, guys, and that's kind of the name of the game from Magnaflow, at least in my experience. You will find that 409 grade stainless to be your predominant material here. It is all made in the USA and it is backed by a lifetime warranty. Your tubing is 3-inch mandrel bent tubing leading into that MF series muffler. It does step down into 2.5-inch tubing here. All of it ceramic coated. As you can see, it's not paint, so therefore it won't be as prone to chipping or fading over the years. And then finally, guys, it is going to exit out of these really cool looking 3.5-inch tips, kind of staggered by design, and they will dump in the factory location right behind that passenger side rear tire. Now, that black ceramic coating is not only going to look really cool, at least in my opinion, but it's also going to act as an additional barrier against any possible surface corrosion with the 409 grade stainless build. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, the 409 grade stainless is a solid material. However, that being said, it's not going to be as good as the more expensive 304 grade when it does come to reducing that surface corrosion. So that's why I'm stressing the importance of this black ceramic coating, especially if you live in the snowier climates. But let's shift our focus over to the installation. And again, guys, no cutting, no permanent modification needed with the Magnaflow here. So I'm gonna call it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, anywhere from an hour or two from start to finish before you're making some noise with your Raptor, depending on how fast you work. Now, your tool selection will be very simple for this job as well, guys, and will include a basic socket set to handle most of your work. Cordless impact or air tools will always speed things up a little bit. I also like to recommend having a little spray lube on hand, not only to help you with some rusty bolts, but also those rubber exhaust hangers as well. Last but not least, guys, just having a way to get the truck up in the air slightly will definitely make life a lot easier. And this could mean a lift, jack and jack stands, race ramps, whatever you have access to. First things first, guys, you need to remove that factory exhaust system. So start by removing the clamp closest to the factory catalytic converter if equipped. At that point, you're simply just loosening and removing the rest of the clamps throughout the rest of the system. And at that point, you can drop it from the truck. At this point, you can begin the install of the Magnaflow working from front to back. Now, this means starting with that inlet pipe, followed by your muffler assembly, over axle pipes, and then last but not least, your tips, snugging up the clamps as you go, but don't tighten everything down just yet. You'll want to leave these clamps a little bit loose so you can make some small adjustments just to make sure the system isn't rubbing on things like the rear axle or the physical body of your truck. Once you've double checked all of your clearance issues, align the tips exactly where you want them, hammer home those clamps, and your installation is complete. Wrapping this one up, guys, the Magnaflow is a great way to give your mighty 6.2 a little bit more volume and attitude without being over the top, while the black ceramic coating will add a custom look for south of $900. So be sure to check out this and more for your Raptor right here at AmericanTrucks.com.